Hi everyone! Thanks for tuning in to my action research project. I'm Rachel. Let's get started. Before I begin, I would like to start by reading to you my mission statement, as I believe it to be the foundation of my leadership and who I aspire to be as a leader. My mission statement reads, as a student leader, I aim to facilitate a kind, inclusive, and approachable environment that encourages those around me to rise to their full potential and advances human dignity. For my project, I decided to focus on the Students for Life Club, specifically the leadership team which I am a part of. The goal of my action research project was to investigate the lack of attendance at our leadership meetings and how this has an impact on how we are perceived as a club, along with how we are effectively conducting our general meetings with the USD student body. In order to properly address the goal of my project, I conducted a holding environment with 6 of my fellow Students for Life leadership members before our weekly leadership team meeting. I asked them various questions that focused on the idea of presence and asked for their thoughts on how the lack of attendance can be improved. I also asked them how they thought this would affect how our club is perceived and attended during our general meetings. Before I conducted the holding environment, I prepared questions such as what are the challenges facing the leadership group and what is holding us back from fully diving in. After receiving answers to the various questions I proposed to my club members, I began to reflect on my feedback loops. My first feedback loop, which is my own personal reflection as myself a secretary in the club, I realized that I should have reserved more time for everyone to chime in with their own opinions to my questions. Also, I realized that some of my questions could have been reworded to be answered more effectively by my club members. After taking time to personally reflect, I then turned to my second feedback loop, which was my fellow leadership team members. Out of my 7 leadership team members, they said that my questions were organized in a well-structured, open-ended way that allowed them to answer honestly. They then suggested that I included some of our regular members from our club to see if they could offer any outside perspective on the subject. After receiving feedback from my fellow leadership team members, I then turned to my third feedback loop, Mary Crewer, who is the advisor of our Students for Life Club. Mary really enjoyed my idea, and she noted how she always thought that this was a problem and has been an ongoing issue for a while. She included how I needed to keep in mind that everyone is a college student and has obligations of their own that can always come into conflict. After finalizing my action research project, I was able to see different aspects of my personal leadership model that came up throughout my project, especially the relational leadership style that I like to focus on and the team style of leadership. The relational style of leadership focuses on group processes, is critical and process-oriented, while the team style of leadership sets direction and focuses on interdependence. Both of these leadership styles are ones that I hold personally and that I believe to be critical if we want to improve our leadership meeting attendance. Well, there we have it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to my action research project. We'll see you soon.